Let's talk about indefinite pronoun agreement today. So, a simple pronoun rule that we have is that when using a pronoun, we need to find the noun it is referencing. We call this the antecedent. And we want to be sure that it agrees in person, number, and gender. So, the antecedent is the noun that it's referring to. This pronoun has to be referring to something in that sentence. So person's pretty easy. We have first person, second person, and third person. And as we learned, we should always make sure we don't shift our pronouns. So if we're already writing in first person, we remain in first person. We don't shift from first into second. Gender is also relatively easy. If we have a male in the sentence, we use male references like he, him, or his. If we have a female in the sentence, we make a female reference to she, her, or her. But number is a little tricky. Now, on the surface, it seems pretty simple. A singular noun should be referred to something in a singular pronoun. And if it's a plural noun, we should refer to something with a plural pronoun. But the problem we're going to find are these weird pronouns called the indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are these pronouns that don't have a gender. They also don't have a person. They're kind of ambiguous. So the singular indefinite pronouns are anyone, someone, everyone, anybody, somebody, everybody, any, every, each, neither, and either. Well, these are all singular indefinite pronouns. So many of these indefinite pronouns sound plural. Let's take the word everyone, for example. Well, everyone sounds pretty plural to me, but it's treated as a singular pronoun in the English language. So therefore, all pronouns that are referencing these kind of words must also be singular. So if I said, for example, each of the senior citizens needs his or their evening sponge bath. Well, I can see senior citizens, but the actual subject is the word each. And so if I said each needs, each is singular. It's on my list. And so therefore, if I'm only given two choices between his and their, I get to use the word his. Neither of the girls would give her or their phone number to the creepy boy. Well, once again, I can see girls, but it's sitting once again in a prepositional phrase of the girls. So the real subject is the word neither. Neither's on my list of indefinite pronouns, which are always singular. So if I'm only given two choices between her and their, I would use the word her to refer to neither, not to girls, but her refers to neither. If I said someone tracked her or their dirty track cleats all through the house, well, I could see that word someone, which is on my list, and someone is singular. So if I'm only given two choices between her and their, I would use the word her because it's referring to someone. Now, obviously, the word someone could also be referring to a boy or a girl, and so therefore there's more than one pronoun that could have fit there. So sometimes on the SAT, they'll give that to you. Someone tracked his or her or their dirty track cleats all through the house. Well, the SAT wants us to choose his or her to refer to someone. So a little SAT tip for you, anytime they give you the he or she or his or her as an option, it's almost always the right answer. However, there are four indefinite pronouns that could be singular or plural, depending on how they're actually used. So, this is the only time you actually will find that the prepositional phrase is necessary to determine the answer. So, those four pronouns are some, all, enough, and none. When we come across one of these four, we have to really look closely at the sentence and find the prep phrase to figure out whether it's trying to be singular or it's trying to be plural, depending on how it's used. If I said some of the senior citizens need his or their calluses filed down, well, here's the word some. I'm like, well, wait a minute, is some singular or some plural in this sentence? So I consider the prepositional phrase, which has senior citizens. That tells me that it's some is trying to be plural. So therefore, everything's plural, the verb as well as the pronoun. Some of the senior citizens need their calluses filed down. If I said some of the class asked if it or they could take a retest after the last quiz, well, here's the word some. I got to figure out whether it's singular or plural. Well, here's the word class, and class is a collective noun. It's like a team, a family. It's a singular thing. So therefore, I'm going to choose a singular pronoun. So I'd say some of the class asked if it could retake the test. In this case, I'd use the word it to refer to class. I know class has people in it, and you're thinking, well, why would I use the word it? Because class is singular, and so class is a thing. If I said none of the girls would give up her or their chances to see Justin Bieber in concert, well, none is once again one of those words which is both singular and plural. All right, it depends on how we actually use it. And so girls is plural, so therefore none is now plural. And so we'd say none would give up their chances to see Justin Bieber in concert. Girls is plural, so now none is plural, and we get to use the plural pronoun there. Yes. So let's practice these indefinite pronouns to see if we can then perfect our skills.